Well, everyone, it's Michael again, and just testing out the StreamYard link here, and hope you all are doing good on this Thursday night. And it's been crazy here in New York. Of course, where we have the smoke from the wildfires up in Canada coming here. So, the past 2 days, it was just absolutely terrible out here, and just the smoke was just absolutely unbearable to deal with, and just it's been crazy. Hopefully this smoke from the wildfires from up in Canada, just go away soon. We're supposed to get rain tomorrow, so hopefully that clears everything out. So, but really liking the StreamYards, here. Uh, Hopefully you guys are seeing this. Let me know. Drop a comment in the comment section on the side. So, yeah. So how you guys doing on this Thursday night? I'm doing great. It was a busy day for me. At work, it was crazy, and also, I'm off tomorrow, so I'm going to go see Transformers Rise of the Beasts, which I am looking forward to. And pretty much basically, it's like, Beast Wars. It's the Transformers Beast Wars. And it's set in the 90s, which is great. And also, from reviews from what I saw, it's definitely the best, Transformers film from what I've heard since the first movie. I mean, I like the Transformers films. I like the first one, which came out in 2007. I like Revenge of the Fallen. Yes, I do. It's a guilty pleasure. Yes, the film has problems, but I enjoy Revenge of the Fallen. Dark of the Moon, I also like. I like, Shia LaBeouf in those three films, as Sam Witwicky, of course, Megan Fox, in the first two, she had the hots, good to look at, Peter Cullen, voicing Optimus Prime, and he's going to return for the new film, which is cool. And also Transformers Age of Extinction, I liked it. I thought, it was, okay. It had Nicola Peltz, she was in Bates Motel, and, Mark Wahlberg was in it. So I liked Transformers Age of Extinction. Transformers The Last Night, fuck that movie. I hated the hell out of that fucking movie. It felt like I was watching the film for 3 hours. It felt like a 3-hour film, and it just kept going on and on and on and on. So I hated Transformers The Last Night. Bumblebee, really loved it. I thought it had a good story. I liked the chemistry between Bumblebee and Haley Steinfeld. And also it was set in the 80s, which was a good setting for it. I didn't see Transformers, the movie, which came out in 86, which that was the animated film. So, but I've heard pretty good things about it. So give me 1 second. Yeah, had to let my cat out there, but hey, Big Boy Facts Johnny TV, how you doing tonight? Really enjoyed the comments that you make on my my Raw reviews, my AEW reviews, SmackDown. So thank you for tuning in, Big Boy Facts Johnny TV. So, but this is really cool. The StreamYard here. I just started it tonight. Getting used to it. So, but I had to figure out the basics on how to do StreamYard, because I've seen a lot of people on YouTube. They use StreamYard. They don't use like the YouTube live thing that they do. but this is pretty cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. But anyways, what did you all think about AEW Dynamite last night? I thought it was a very good show. If you guys haven't checked out my review of it, definitely give it a watch. So, and also gonna attempt to review Transformers Rise of the Beast tomorrow. So expect 2 videos from me, that review, and also the SmackDown AEW Rampage review. SmackDown, looking forward to SmackDown tomorrow. Hopefully it will be a decent show, but knowing WWE and Vince McMahon there, I mean, take a look at Monday Night Raw. Look at how that is every single Monday. I don't know why that Vince McMahon had to come back. I mean, the company was going in a good direction with Triple H, in charge and head of creative, and Vince has to wiggle his way back into the fray. Now, a lot of people say, "Oh, WWE will not get better until Vince McMahon is gone, is in the grave." So, and it's sad to say, I agree with some of the people that say that. Because look at how Monday Night Raw is every single Monday. 3 hours is just unbearable for wrestling on TV every single week. I mean, SmackDown is easy to digest because it's only 2 hours. Same with Dynamite. Dynamite is 2 hours. And it's easy to digest, even though Dynamite is the better show. It's better than Monday Night Raw. And hell, it's even better than SmackDown. And AEW, has stories. And they have matches that get you interested, in what's going on. Even Rampage. Rampage, to me, it's like every week. But still, I enjoy the wrestling on the show. So, hopefully you all are liking this stream. It's my first StreamYard, live stream here for my channel. Want to talk about summer films that coming out this year. See if I could do this. Screen layout. Let's see here. I don't know if it's coming up or not. So, I'm trying to get the picture-in-picture layout here. That's not coming up. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see here. Oops. Okay, here we go. Finally got it. Okay, so we got, let's see here, if I could scroll down here. So we're in the month of June. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, came out on, June 2nd last week. I saw it. I really enjoyed it. And I think it's the best animated Spider-Man film so far. I did have a problem with the film. Like the main problem that I had was the villain, the Spot, which I thought was very lame. I thought it was a very lame villain. So, but overall, aside from that, I really enjoyed Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Great animation and good voice acting from Shamik Moore as Miles Morales and Haley Steinfeld as Gwen. So, but if you haven't seen Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, it is an awesome film. Definitely go check it out. Of course, tomorrow we have Transformers Rise of the Beast, coming out. I know probably a lot of you have probably seen it tonight, during the, early screenings of the film. But like I said, I heard pretty good things about Transformers Rise of the Beast, and looking forward to it. Has Anthony Ramos, Dominic Fishback, has the voice talents of Ron Perlman. That's cool, Ron Perlman's in it. Michelle Yeoh, Liza Koshy, Pete Davidson's in it. Coleman Domingo from Fear the Walking Dead. I like Coleman Domingo. He's a great actor. Watch him on Fear the Walking Dead as Strand. He is, very good. Really enjoyed that character, even though he became sort of like a villain, later on in the seasons. So, of course, Peter Cullen's coming back as Optimus Prime. But yes, looking forward to it. I can't wait to see it tomorrow. So, looking forward to Transformers Rise of the Beast. Then you have this coming out called Flamin' Hot. Pretty much it's going to be on Hulu, Disney Plus, about a guy, janitor who worked at Frito-Lay, claimed to have invented Flamin' Hot Cheetos. I'm like, okay, this is weird. A film about a janitor to have invented Flamin' Hot Cheetos. But the film is directed by Eva Longoria. Tony Shalhoub is in it. That's pretty cool. But yeah, Flamin' Hot, I don't know. And then next week, we have The Flash, which is probably the most anticipated film that people are, talking about and waiting to see. I am looking forward to it. I mean, fuck Ezra Miller, all the shit that he has done that we have heard of. But you have Michael Shannon in it, reprising his role as Zod, General Zod. You also have Michael Keaton reprising his role as Batman, which is awesome. A little throwback to Tim Burton. Tim Burton's Batman with Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne, Batman, in Batman '89 and Batman Returns. So, but hopefully The Flash could break even at the box office. Hopefully it'll be a big success for Warner Brothers and DC. But we'll see. I know a lot of people, are going to see the film, but they're not fans of Ezra Miller after, like I said, the shit that he has done. So, and then they want Ezra Miller back in the sequel. If they do a sequel, I'm like, why? After all the controversy and all the shit that he has done. But looking forward to The Flash. Can't wait to see it next week. So, hey, Tommy Pickles fan, 1992. How you doing? I remember the Okie Dokie Jones scene in the Rugrats movie. Yeah, I remember that too. I haven't seen the Rugrats movie in a while, but I remember seeing that film when it came out in 19. I remember seeing it in the theater with my dad. So, but yeah, it was awesome, time, there in the 90s, being a kid and all. So, but thank you for coming in, Tommy Pickles fan 1992. This one, Elemental, looking forward to this. It's coming out next week as well. It's Disney Pixar. You can't go wrong, with Disney Pixar. They put on some, good films, like the Toy Story films, Finding Nemo, which I did actually see in the theater, I think almost 2 weeks ago. They had a 20th anniversary screening, and Austin Pendleton, who did a voice in the film, he was there. I got to meet him. I got to talk to him for 10 minutes. Got to ask him, about. Give me a second. I had to let my cat back in, but I got to meet Austin Pendleton. Got to talk to him for 10 minutes, and he was an awesome guy. He's an awesome guy. Great actor. I got to talk to him about, what it was like to work on the Muppet movie. And he stated that it was a very unhappy set because he said the director, James Frawley, was, in some sort of like mood while they were making the film, I think in a bad mood. And from what I heard, like he didn't want to work with the Muppets. Like he had problems working with the Muppets. So, but also I want to show this off before I talk about Elemental here. I actually got my Muppet movie Blu-ray signed by Austin Pendleton. Of course, he played Max in the film. They wrote, "Hey, Mike, so good to meet you, Austin Pendleton." So awesome there. But he was a joy to talk to. He talked to me about working with Charles Durnan in the film, where he played Doc Hopper. So he said that they were friends for a while, and then they did another movie together. So, but it was pretty cool talking to him, for 10 minutes. So back to Elemental here. I mean, I saw the trailer to this. Looks very fun. Looks cute. You have Captain O'Hara in it. Leah Lewis. It's a city where fire, water, earth, and air residents live together. A fiery young woman and a go-with-the-flow guy are about to discover something elemental. How much they actually have in common. So this is the premise, from Pixar here. But looking forward to Elemental. I think it looks, great. The animation looked also great as well. Asteroid City, I haven't seen the trailer for this one, but it's directed and co-produced by Wes Anderson. It has Jason Schwartzman in it, Scarlett Johansson, Tom Hanks, Edward Norton, Adrian Brody, Liv Schreiber. It's got Steve Carell in it, Matt Dillon, Willem Dafoe. Good cast here. Margot Robbie. Takes place in 1955. Students and parents from across the country gather for Larry competition, rest, recreation, comedy, drama, and romance at a junior stargazer convention held in a fictional American desert town. But seeing the TV spot, to this, but not the whole trailer to it. But who knows? It could be a fun time. That's Asteroid City. So nothing I know here. That's coming up soon on the 20th, 23rd. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. All of you might know that I'm reviewing the Indiana Jones films in time for this film when it comes out. I reviewed Raiders of the Lost Ark and Temple of Doom. If you guys haven't checked out those reviews, it's on my channel. So definitely go check it out. And then I'm going to review The Last Crusade and then Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Heard good things about Last Crusade. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I know people hate that one. It's got, mixed reviews, but who knows? Might like it. Might be the weakest of the Indiana Jones films from what I heard, but that might change because we don't know how Dial of Destiny here is going to be. But, I mean, you don't have Steven Spielberg coming back to direct it. You don't have George Lucas writing the story. You have James Mangold directing it. And it has, 4 writers. James Mangold was a co-writer for this. David Co-op. Pretty much Dial of Destiny is the only film in the series that is neither directed by Steven Spielberg nor written by George Lucas, with both serving as executive producers instead. So I guess they're going to be executive producers of the film, Spielberg and George Lucas. It's not going to be released by Paramount because, of course, Lucasfilms was bought by Disney. So Paramount instead retains the distribution rights to the first 4 films and a residual associate credit. So yeah, this one takes place in 1944. Indiana Jones helps colleague Basil Shaw against Jürgen Voller, a Nazi, from obtain a mysterious dial known as the Antiquator. I can't pronounce it, though. 25 years later, in 1969, Indiana Jones is uneasy over the fact that the U.S. government has recruited former Nazis to help beat the Soviet Union in the competition to make it to space. He is about to be forced into retirement from his teaching position because of his opposition to the practice. He has also become rather embittered for his wife, Marion, is divorcing him. So pretty much Marion is divorcing Indiana Jones here after their son's death in the Vietnam War. His goddaughter, Basil's daughter, Helena Shaw, accompanies him on his journey for the dial. Meanwhile, Voller, now a NASA member, an ex-Nazi involved with the Apollo moon landing program, wishes to make the world into a better place as he sees fit. And Voller is going to be played by Mads Mikkelsen, which I like Mads Mikkelsen. He's a very good actor. I really enjoyed, when he played Hannibal Lecter in the Hannibal TV series, which that is a very good series, very dark. And it was a different show for broadcast television because it was on NBC. And it was just, very, just, out of this world, that series. So, but if you haven't seen the Hannibal series, would highly, highly recommend it. So, very good show. And of course, he was also in Doctor Strange, Rogue One. So, but he's a good actor, Mads Mikkelsen. John Rhys-Davies reprises his role as Sala here. So good to have him back. Of course, Karen Allen, Marion Ravenwood back, which is cool. But of course, said right there that, Marion is divorcing him. So, yeah, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, it could be, pretty good. So we'll just have to wait and see. This one, I saw the trailer to Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken. or Kraken, whatever you call it. But this looks like fun. Liza Koshy's in it, Will Forte, Coma Domingo. It's released by DreamWorks Animation. Well, produced by DreamWorks Animation, distributed by Universal. So, it's good to see you again, friend. After my family died, I couldn't stop thinking about the Mountain Dew. Thank you for watching. But Ruby Gelman, it looks pretty cool. Good animation here. Coming into July here, getting another Insidious film, which I haven't even seen. The Insidious film from 2011. Getting another Mission Impossible. It's going to be part 1. Then, of course, July 21st, you have the big 2 movies coming out. You have Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan's film. And this is going to be 3 hours long, from what I heard. This is going to be, it's rated R. And it's Christopher Nolan's first R-rated film in 10 years. Stars Cillian Murphy, which I like Cillian Murphy, very good actor. Of course, he was known as Scarecrow in Batman Begins. So you have Emily Blunt in it, Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr., Florence Pugh, Rami Malek. Could be a very interesting, good movie based on Oppenheimer, J. Robert Oppenheimer, physicist who helped develop, the first nuclear weapons. But it's Christopher Nolan. It's got to be good. Now, of course, you have this sickening disease of a film, Barbie, which I seen the trailers to this in the theaters when I would go see films, and I'm like, oh my God, this film looks fucking cringe. It looks so goddamn awful. And people are actually interested in seeing this. And I'm like, I seen the trailers to them. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be fucking awful. And you have Margot Robbie starring as the lead. Ryan Gosling as Ken. Oh, God. After being expelled from Barbie Land for being a less than perfect doll, Barbie sets off to the real world to find true happiness. God. Who knows? This might be maybe a career killer film. Maybe for Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. And the film was announced in September 2009. Development began in 2014 when Sony ended up acquiring the rights. And then Sony lost the rights. They were transferred to Warner Brothers in October 2018. Margot Robbie was in talks to star. She was cast in 2019 and serves as a producer. Yeah. Barbie looks like fucking shit. Just watch the trailer. I felt embarrassed watching the trailer when they showed it in theaters. God. Enough about Barbie. This one called The Beanie Bubble. I thought this was going to be on Beanie Babies. Oh yeah, it is about Beanie Babies. Ty Warner, manufacturer, founder of tie, with the Beanie Babies. Oh yeah, so I'm right. It is about the Beanie Babies. So I remember the craze when I was a kid about the Beanie Babies. My mother actually collected a whole lot of Beanie Babies when they were like huge at that time. She had like a whole bin full of them. So, but yeah, it's the Beanie Bubble. It's going to be on Apple TV, Apple TV Plus. They have the Haunted Mansion, which is basically a reboot of the Haunted Mansion because one came out in 2003 with Eddie Murphy in it, which I heard mixed things about that one. But this one, I saw the trailer to it. I'm interested in checking it out. I think it could be a fun film. It's based, of course, on the Disney theme park attraction, the Haunted Mansion. In the film, Gabby, played by Rosario Dawson, and Travis, played by Chase W. Dillon, enlist the aid of a team to help exorcise their mansion and destroy the ghosts around them. So, pretty much, Rosario Dawson plays a single mother. Her son moved into a mansion, find out that it's haunted. They end up hiring a paranormal investigator, a priest, a psychic, and a college history professor. So, but yeah, it looks like fun, from the trailer. Tiffany Haddish is in it. I was about to say Tiffany Stratton from NXT, the NXT Women's Champion. Tiffany Haddish. She plays the psychic. Owen Wilson plays a priest in the film named Kent. Danny DeVito is in it. He plays Bruce, who is a historian. And you got Jamie Lee Curtis in it. And also Jared Leto plays a ghost. Yeah, I'm interested in checking out Haunted Mansion. Like I said, it could be a fun film. Then into August, the first week of August, got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, which I'll admit, when I saw the trailer for this, I'm like, ugh, oh God. I'm like, this looks terrible. The animation looks awful. You have, pretty much teenagers voicing the turtles. And like, that was my reaction when I first saw the trailer to it. Then I saw the trailer again when I went to see a film in the theater. I'm like, okay, I want to go check this out. I kind of want to check it out. I mean, the animation reminds me so much of, the Spider-Man animated ones, Into the Spider-Verse, and of course the new one, Across the Spider-Verse. But the turtles, I don't know. Look at how they look. I mean, do you guys like how the way the turtles look here? No, nothing could be better than how the turtles looked in the 1990 live action film. I like those suits for the 1990s film. And of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, those suits looked absolutely awful in that film. But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, I would be interested in checking it out. You got John Cena voicing in the film. You got Jackie Chan. Oh, nice to see Jackie Chan in it. Ice Cube, Giancarlo Esposito, Brandy Noon from Good Boys, that film. You got Seth Rogen, who is, he wrote the screenplay to it along with his buddy Evan Goldberg, and they end up producing it as well. Nickelodeon announced Mutant Mayhem in June 2020 with Rogen, Goldberg, and James Weaver producing. under their Point Grey banner, and Jeff Rowe will be the director. So this is the premise. After years of being sheltered from the surface world in the sewers of New York City, four turtle brothers set out on the quest to be accepted as normal teenagers through acts of heroism. With the aid of their human friend April O'Neil, the brothers' biggest challenge puts them in the crosshairs of a mysterious crime syndicate, an army of mutants. So we got John Cena voicing Rocksteady. So Rocksteady is going to be in it. Jackie Chan is voicing Master Splinter. Io Idobri, I think that's how you pronounce the name, voicing April O'Neil. Brandon Noon is voicing Raphael. Seth Rogen is voicing Bebop. Giancarlo Esposito's voicing Baxter Stockman. I mean, I'm interested in checking it out. Hopefully it'll be a good movie, but we'll see. So that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. You got the Meg 2 coming out, which I didn't see the first Meg, but heard pretty decent things about the first Meg. Then you have Gran Turismo here, based on the PlayStation video game, which I used to love playing Gran Turismo on the PlayStation. You know, it was very fun. You know, I'm a sucker for racing games, and when I saw, give me 1 second, just gotta let my cat out again. Yeah, so when I saw Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse last week, I saw the trailer to this, and I'm kind of interested in it. And it's inspired by the true story of a teenage Gran Turismo player to be a race car driver. Has David Harbour in it. David Harbour, who was recently in Violent Night, which that is a very fun film. You know, very different Christmas film. You know, it's violent, of course. You got Orlando Bloom in it. Digimon Hanzo is going to be in it, which is pretty cool. So, development of a film based on Gran Turismo began in 2013 with Michael DeLuca and Dana Brunetti producing it, and a script by Alex Tiss. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Joseph Kosinski was set to direct the film, and John and Eric Harbour will write a new screenplay. By 2018, the Kosinski version was no longer moving forward. And then they got Neil Blomkamp to direct it. Neil Blomkamp, who directed District 9, he directed Elysium and Chappie. But he's going to be directing the film. But saw a trailer to it. I'm interested in it. So, but hopefully it'll be, you know, a pretty good movie. From gamer to racer. So that's Gran Turismo. If you ever played the Gran Turismo games, let me know what you all think of this film, you know, coming up. Did you all see the trailer to it? What did you all think of the trailer? And of course, we got Blue Beetle here, which I saw the trailer to this, and I really enjoyed the trailer. It looks like a lot of fun, and you know, it's based on the character of Blue Beetle, Jamie Reyes. But if you haven't seen the trailer to Blue Beetle, it is, you know, definitely worth checking out. It looks like a very fun film that this is going to be. So, you got George Lopez in it as Jamie's uncle. But yeah, this looks like it could be a very fun film, from the trailer. And this one right here, I saw the trailer to this one called Strays. It has Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx voicing the lead characters, and pretty much, basically, uh, we have a border terrier named Reggie, who was voiced by Will Ferrell. He's abandoned on the streets by his owner, who was played by Will Forte. And Will Forte's character here says he's an animal-hating drug addict who never wanted uh, Reggie, who was voiced by Will Ferrell. So Will Ferrell character ends up teaming up with other strays, including a Boston Terrier named Bug, who was voiced by Jamie Foxx, an Australian Shepherd named Maggie, voiced by Isla Fisher, and a Therapy Great Dane named Hunter, who was voiced by Randall Park to get revenge on Will Forte's character, Doug. I mean, it looked funny from the trailer. So it was originally set to come out this month, but it was delayed until August. Looking forward to it. We'll check it out. So, you got Equalizer 3 here, which I still haven't seen the second Equalizer, but I really liked the first one. Oh, Expendables 4, which the trailer came out. I still haven't seen the trailer to it, but I've heard pretty mixed things about it. I mean, listen, you don't have, so you have Sylvester Stallone in it. I mean, you don't have, of course, who else was in it? I'm blanking. It's been a long while since I've seen the Expendables films. I mean, I have no Bruce Willis. Of course, because Bruce Willis ended up retiring. I mean, if this Expendables 4, gets released, hopefully it'll be rated R. I mean, the last Expendables film, Expendables 3, was PG-13, and that film was fucking awful. But yeah, Expendables 4, look, I see the trailer to it. I mean, Jason Statham's in it. 50 Cent. Really, 50 Cent is in it. Megan Fox. Dolph Lundgren. Andy Garcia. Tony Jaa. That's Expendables 4. Yeah, that's pretty much basically summer 2023 films. So we'll hopefully check out some of these. I'm picky of seeing some films that I want to see. Like when people are like, "Oh yeah, I want to see that film," and then like, and I'm like, I don't know, not too interested in it. So go back to this. Hello, Shahzaz. How you doing? King Cordova. I live in New York. You 18? No, I am 31. And yeah, a lot of you are probably going to be shocked at that I'm 31. I don't look my age. Some people say, "Oh, I look 17. I look like 19, 20." But it's just I have, young good genes. I have the young genes. Same with my mother. My mother, you wouldn't even tell, she was 59. But yeah, so Yeah. Oh my God, it's right. You look under road 118. Yeah, I know. Yeah, everybody said that about me. Everybody says that. So, now I want to see if there's any wrestling news I want to talk about on Wrestling Inc. here. So, see this here. I could get this right here. Let's see. Let's see if I could. Trying to get how to do this. Come on here. Yeah, stick with me. I'm having trouble. Stick with me. You know, just getting used to you know, StreamYards here. Okay. Yeah, trying to get used to this. What's my favorite movie? My all-time favorite movie, Back to the Future. And I have a lot of you know, figures of Back to the Future. You know, the NECA figures. So I have, you know, that. I have, you know, the DeLorean. I have the films on VHS in a box set, which I have 2 copies of the box set, and one was from Canada. It was a Canadian release of the 3 films on VHS, along I think with the making of Back to the Future, and I also have the U.S. Version that they released here on VHS, which is still sealed. So I have the first one on VHS standalone. I have the DVDs, the Blu-rays. So I even have the posters here of all 3 films. So I have the first here. Just really love that that poster art there. I have also part 2. And also part 3. And these were gifts from my sister and her boyfriend, because they know how much I love Back to the Future, you know, with it being my all-time favorite film. My favorite Christmas film, of course, you all know, is A Christmas Story, and I have a huge Christmas Story collection of you know, figures. I have the films on VHS, which show this off. And I did an unboxing video of this, so you can look back at my videos of showing this off. But I have the rare 1984 big box of VHS of the film. So, it's in pretty okay condition. I got this off of eBay. There's a side to it. Hey, this is pretty cool having the MGM big box VHS of this. Here's the back to it, which you can tell right there that is not in the film. That is not in the film. It looks like a deleted scene there, or it's just a behind the scenes photo, with Ralphie and the Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Carrie Lyon from The Wizard of Oz. I had the VHS of Titanic, but not sure where I put it. Hopefully you'll find it. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Titanic. But and it opens like this. Inside you have the VHS there. And you also have the cast of the film. You have Melinda Dillon, which may she rest in peace. Darren McGavin, also may he rest in peace. Peter Billingsley, Ian Petrella as Randy, Scott Shorts as Flick. It says Flash Gordon here, but Flash Gordon and Ming the Merciless, they are not in the film. Fortunately, it was a deleted scene, and they shot the scene, but it went lost, and it no longer exists. So, I mean, I would love to have seen that deleted scene, but nowhere. It's going to be nowhere to be seen because the scene is lost, and they threw it out. I guess after or pre-production when they made the film. Yeah, so give me a second here. Yeah, had to let my cat in again. Sorry to everybody there. This is Zoe. There you go. Go lay down. I want to show King Cordova, like what I stated about the Back to the Future VHSs. I'll show these. So I have the 1986 VHS of Back to the Future here. This is what they released. Here's the side, the back. This is the original 1986 VHS of Back to the Future here. So, but wanted to have it, added into my collection. And then also here, reach this up here. Okay. So I have, like I stated, I have two copies of the Back to the Future trilogy on VHS. So this is the one that's open, has all three films in there, including the Secrets of the Back to the Future trilogy. So it wasn't making of, it's the Secrets of the Back to the Future trilogy. And this is the Canadian release of this. So, and you can tell that it's the Canadian release because it says right here, MCA Home Video Canada. So, Canadian release. And the labels are a lot different than, the American VHSs. So this is actually the 1989 VHS release. You see right up there. And here's part 2. And these are all in good condition here. And here is here's part 3, also in good condition. Have you seen the Back to the Future animated series? I haven't, but I've seen, clips here and there. I haven't watched like a full episode of it. But thank you for tuning in, Donovan Berry. But yeah, it's in good condition. And here's secrets of Back to the Future. Yeah, hosted by Kirk Cameron. Pretty cool. Behind the scenes of making the films. So yeah, it's this is the Canadian, like I said, the Canadian version of the films on VHS, and also have the U.S. version of the trilogy here, still sealed. This will not be opened. And on the side here, you get scenes, screenshots from the films, and also from the secrets of the Back to the Future trilogy. So, yeah, so unopened, you can tell right here. It says special T-shirt offer, bonus value inside, MCA Universal Home Video. But yeah, this is awesome to have. Since I got this off of Etsy, ETSY, for a pretty good price. And what's different is the Canadian version of the Secrets of the Back to the Future trilogy. It has a black tape, like a black label. But here, for the US version, it has a green label right there. So, do you know that this Sunday is the 30th anniversary of Jurassic Park? Wow. 30 years of that film. I saw the film earlier this year at my local Alamo Draft House. They did a screening of it, and it was on 35 millimeter. So I saw a 35 millimeter print of the film. And it looked like when you were first watching the film when it came out 30 years ago. It had, scratches and, splices, here and there. There are times where the film ended up messing up, but then it went to another scene. It still stayed on, where the picture, where the film was going. So, but it was awesome seeing Jurassic Park in the theater and on 35 millimeter. It was awesome. Do you have a VHS player? Yes, I do. It is camera around. The VHS player is right there. See where it says Panasonic? That's my VHS player. But this is very fun. Just hanging out with you guys on this Thursday night. We're an hour in. Still trying to get used to doing StreamYard here. See if I can try this screen thing again. That's my cat's tail. Let's see here. Let's see here. Just got it before. Will you see the new Barbie movie? Hell no. The trailer looks like absolute shit. I've seen the trailer twice in the theater. Well, I actually saw it when it came online. I saw the teaser to it, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I watching? And I saw the first trailer to it in the theater, and I'm like, oh my God. I want to take my eyes out. Jeez. Who wants to go see that Barbie movie? Yeah. As someone who grew up with the Amanda Show, what do you think about how Amanda ended up? I think it's very sad. I mean, she was popular when she first came on to All That in season 3. And, you know, she got her big hit, you know, with the Amanda Show. You know, she left while she was still doing All That. She stood on till season 6, which was the last season for the original cast. You know, because she was doing that. She was doing the Amanda Show. And then, you know, she ended up doing, you know, Big Fat Liar after the Amanda Show ended. And then also What I Like About You, which was on the WB. But I think it's sad. Hopefully she gets the help that she needs. And I would like to see her return. I would like to see her make a comeback. But thank you, Elena Asher. Thank you for the question. Thank you for watching. So just try to see if I can get this again. Layout here. Okay. I'm not going here. Okay, I got it now. Now I'm going to talk about some wrestling news here. Apparently, CM Punk versus Kenta discussed for Forbidden Door. That would be awesome. CM Punk facing Kenta. been a long while since I've seen Kenta in a match. So it's been discussed as a possibility. If it comes into play, take my money. So, earlier this week, Kenta implied that for the match to happen, they need to give him a lot of money. Well, as things currently stand, Kenta is being planned for the show on June 25th. That said, there is no confirmation of a deal as of yet. So hopefully that comes into play. Hopefully they give Kenta, the money that he wants. And I want to see how this happen. I want to see Punk versus Kenta. It'll be a banger of a match there. Congrats to Billie Kay. Billie Kay ended up announcing that she's pregnant. Jessica McKay. So congrats to her. Wish her all the luck. Samoa Joe mentions Anthony Mackie, a new sneak peek of Peacock's Twisted Metal series. Yeah, they're doing a Twisted Metal series based on the game. So Samoa Joe's going to be in the series as a guest star. CM Punk appears to dedicate upcoming AEW return to Bret Hart. Was this many recent WWE Raw vignettes reportedly filmed weeks in advance? So they're filming, vignettes in advance, so they can air them in the weeks to come. Ms. McMahon was present for and involved during this past Monday's Raw. I'm not surprised with that. With changes said to have been made throughout the night to better fit his overall vision. Yeah, and the vision was shit. Monday Night Raw was absolutely fucking terrible on Monday, as usual. And while the environment was reported as being far less stressful than the infamous Raw after WrestleMania, some of those alterations played into the recording and airing of particular vignettes. Now the latest from Fightful Select notes that several vignettes that have aired recently were actually filmed weeks in advance. The report goes on to mention that some were recorded a couple weeks before airing, and that the talent involved have been enjoying them. However, it does not specify which vignettes were taped beforehand. Concerning this past Monday, though, and despite being presented as if they were live, some clips were filmed up to 40 minutes ahead of time. So that's that. Oh yeah, rest in peace to Iron Sheik. He ended up passing away. Last night. So rest in peace, Iron Sheik. Did you know that June 22nd is the 35th anniversary of Who Framed Roger Rabbit? No, I didn't even know that. But man, 35 years since Who Framed Roger Rabbit was released. Such a classic masterpiece of a film. Bob Hoskins, was great. Christopher Lloyd as villain. Yeah, it's a masterpiece of a film. Back to this. All right. Roman Reigns is featured in 2024 Paris Olympics commercial. Polyman described when Roman Reigns has had enough with WWE Creative. See this. So, Polyman revealed that in addition to wanted to limit Roman's exposure to the spread of virus, Reigns was unhappy with his creative direction in WWE at the time. This was when, of course, when COVID-19 was taking over, the pandemic. So I'm saying I'm still there as executive director. Roman Reigns has taken time off. With condition, he's not exposed himself to this pandemic, that we don't have a grasp on how severe it can be quite just yet. This was Paul Heyman talking about it at the time of the pandemic. And at the same time, he's had enough of the creative. These things are running concurrently. Paul Heyman, who has been a strong advocate for Reigns both on screen and behind the scenes, had much more to say about Reigns' headspace at the time of his sabbatical. The feud rivalry story with Baron Corbin over dog food. Oh, God. That was awful. Don't even want to remember that. And the infamous Suffer and Succotash promo had weighed on him enough to where he said, "I've had enough. I've reached the cap. I can't go any further as the big dog." You know, saying Reigns would eventually come back as a villain, soon calling himself the Tribal Chief and kicking off the era of the bloodline that is still progressing to this day. As of now, the conflict between Reigns and his cousins, the Usos, is boiling over, with Jimmy having sided against Reigns, their brother Solo Sikoa siding with the Tribal Chief, and Jay having an important decision to make on tomorrow's episode of SmackDown. It's what Paul Heyman had to say when Roman Reigns had enough of WWE creative around that time of the pandemic. Vince McMahon originally hated the next big thing moniker for Brock Lesnar. Well, look at how Vince McMahon treats Brock Lesnar now. You know, Brock Lesnar, you know, that's Vince's guy there, Brock Lesnar, whenever he could appear on WWE television. Satnam Singh is confident that AEW will go to India someday. Yeah, whatever. Backstage update on AEW's long-term plans for Konosuke Takeshita. So, since according to Wrestling Observer Radio, that's going to take a bit of time to fully fall into place. The idea is for Takeshita to one day be seen as one of the biggest baby faces AEW has to offer. This is the long-term vision of Tony Khan. However, in order to elevate into such a position down the road, Callis' new protege will have his heel stretched for the time being. Last night, under Callis' tutelage, Takeshita slaughtered Damon Ace in convincing fashion on Dynamite. Absolute squash match it was. So, and in their bond continues to strengthen in the absence of Kenny Omega, who has been out of sight since he was ambushed during Anarchy in the arena at Double or Nothing by Takeshita. Omega has plenty on his plate to worry about at the moment. Of course, Omega will be putting his IWGP United States Championship on the line at Forbidden Door. He's going to be taking on Will Ospreay, which, take my money, that's going to be a awesome, great match there. And this is a rematch from their encounter when they wrestled at Wrestle Kingdom 17 back in January. So Takeshita's long-term plans is going to take a bit of time to fall into place. I mean, you know, Takeshita just, you know, turned heel at Double or Nothing, so it's going to take time. So, how bad is the wildfire air where you are in New York right now? It's not as bad as it was the past 2 days, on Tuesday and yesterday. Yesterday, it was the worst because it looked like a horror movie. Like the past 2 days looked like it was a horror film. And yesterday, when I was looking outside, the smoke and the sun in the sky looked orange. And I'm like, what the hell? But hopefully the fires end up clearing up. Really do hope. I mean, this is how it looked yesterday. Look at that. And then I took a picture of how the sun looked, you know, with the smoke. So, yeah, it's absolutely very bad. Right, today it wasn't as bad as it was the past 2 days. I saw in the news that they said that tomorrow is going to be possibly low. So hopefully, with it being low, the air quality, will not be as bad as it was the past 2 days. I mean, the air quality last I saw was at a 484, which was hazardous. So, but hopefully it clears up. My prayers go to everyone up there in Canada where wildfires, are taking place. So my prayers are with, everyone that's in that, that part there. Hopefully everybody will be okay. Give me 1 second. Gotta go let my cat out again. Back to the news here. Okay. CM Punk advertised for new AEW Collision date. Collision is going to take place at July 29th at the XL Center in Hartford, Connecticut. CM Punk is probably featured in the event's advertising. Yeah, so CM Punk is going to be at that taping if you're going in Hartford, Connecticut at the XL Center on July 29th. Darby Allin shows off new head tattoo. There's, yeah, pretty cool. That's sick. That's Darby Allin's new head tattoo. Kurt Angle calls Bloodline Saga the best WWE storyline in the past few years. Well, it's the only storyline that people are interested in. So if you think of it, what other storyline does WWE have outside of the Bloodline that's like this good? This is the only storyline that they have. The Bloodline, they're the best thing in WWE right now, along with Judgment Day, which I know there's talks of them possibly breaking up Judgment Day. So hopefully that's not the case. There's rumors of JD McDonough joining the Judgment Day, which I hope that comes into play. Yeah, so tomorrow night on Rampage, there's going to be a number of contenders fatal 4-way. Tony Storm's AEW World Championship contender will be determined tomorrow on Rampage. It's going to be Britt Baker, Sky Blue, Nyla Rose, and Mercedes Martinez. Mercedes Martinez, she has been in Ring of Honor, so it's been a while since she's been on AEW television. So out of all that, who will win? Going with Britt Baker. I think Britt Baker is going to win the match and challenge Toni Storm for the title. Sky Blue, she'll be losing again. She always loses. She's nothing but a jobber. Jobber Blue. Nyla Rose, what did Nyla Rose do to earn opportunity to be in this? And Mercedes Martinez, she's another one that I wouldn't mind if she won the match. Yeah, that's going to be taking place tomorrow on Rampage. But hopefully it'll be a solid women's match. Jim Ross praises Excalibur, has no clue who will be on commentary for AEW Collision. There was talks of, oh, will they get Mauro Ranallo to be signed to AEW and do commentary for Collision? Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, from what I've read. Guns ended up helping Jay White defeat Ricky Starks on Dynamite. We saw that. Where Seth Rollins says WWE World Heavyweight title is more than a work rate belt. Rollins ended up saying, I think just kind of calling it the work rate title is a little bit underselling it. Rollins ended up saying that on the Mark Andrews, My Love Letter to Wrestling podcast. He ended up saying, at the end of the day, the title exists because our roster is so chock full of talent, right? There's just too much to have one champion that's not around very much. And so I think the fact that we have so many worthy contenders, people that could hold this championship, I think that is the reason the title exists. Now, the title exists is because WWE fucked up because they didn't want Cody defeating Roman at WrestleMania. So WWE, wanted Roman to still hold the titles. That's the reason why we got the World Heavyweight Championship. There was no world champion on Monday Night Raw. So that's why the World Heavyweight Championship was brought back. So now we got a world champion on Monday Night Raw in Seth Rollins. So Seth Rollins ended up saying that if we had a weak roster and things weren't good and stuff wasn't hot, it'd be a different story. It might be fine just to have one champ who wasn't around and didn't want to make live events. But that's just not the case. We're selling out left and right. We're hot from here to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, Paris, France, Mexico City. It doesn't matter. We're just selling out left and right. We need to have a World Heavyweight Championship on the men's side to represent that level of competition. And so I think we're going to put it in the work to build this title to be as big as any championship in wrestling. Well, we'll see about that. And of course, this past Tuesday night, Braun Breaker challenged Rollins to defend the World Heavyweight Championship against him. So Seth Rollins is going down to NXT. Yeah, that's pretty much that article there. So, let's see if there's any more WWE news here. Yeah. With Pritchard on Ken Shamrock's potential in WWE. Let me see this one. Bruce Pritchard. Yeah, I think, you definitely could have, Pritchard said. Absolutely, I think that Ken would have been in that conversation. But again, it was very, very crowded at the top, very competitive. Not everybody can be here at the same time. Yeah. Whatever. Santos Escobar. Triple H originally turned down bringing back the LWO stable. While appearing on Out of Character Ryan Satin, Escobar revealed that he wanted to revive the Latino World Order when he first arrived in NXT instead of creating his own group. He ended up saying at the time, however, Triple H, who was, the NXT booker, black and gold, the best era of NXT, he pumped the brakes on the next generation of the legendary WCW stable that had once featured iconic superstars like Cytosis, La Parker, and Eddie Guerrero. The very first conversation I had with Triple H, he asked me, what do you want to do? And I told them, can I bring back the LWO? We called the Emperor of Lucha Libre. He ended up saying, before I said the letter O, he said, no. I want you to be you, and I want people to see you and not think of anybody else. That kind of shut down my initial desire. But Triple H was right. You know what I'm saying? The time wasn't right. It wouldn't have been what it is right now. Also, it needed a very important ingredient, an OG, an original LWO member. And that member was Rey Mysterio. So, there you go. Santos Escobar talking about how Triple H, originally turned down bringing back the LWO, but now look at them on SmackDown. Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy, when things clicked for him in WWE. He appeared on Grown Ass Woman, where he explained how everything started to click for him in WWE to get the ball rolling. You know what I'm saying? It was right before I got called up to the active roster. I remember then WWE producer Steve Curran came down to OVW one time. And he was like, "You look good, but you just look like a guy next door. You got to do something that stands out." Steve always said, "You should walk into a place and people look at you and go, I don't know who that guy is, but he's somebody." I went home and I bleached my hair and my goatee. And the OVW booker, who was Jim Cornette, was so mad at me. He put me with the Blonde Bombers and gave me a promo on OVW TV that night, and I swung for the fences. And I just went crazy. I came back through the curtain, and he was like, "Where the fuck has that guy been?" There you go. That was how, Mr. Kennedy, when things clicked for him in the company. I always liked when, he used to come out and Tony Chimmel used to announce him. And then Mr. Kennedy would get in the ring. He would shoo off Tony Chimmel, and he would do the introduction for himself. So I thought that was very original. So, Donovan Berry here. With this being the 30th anniversary of Boy Meets World, what are some of your favorite episodes? Well, I have a lot of favorite episodes. I like the episode Corey's Alternative Friends, where he ended up changing his hairstyle, and he looked like Don King at the end of the episode. Also, I Dream of Feeney, which was the season 1 finale, where Corey thinks he ended up putting Feeney in the hospital. Also, I like some season 4 episodes. I like the one with Vader in it. Vader was in 2 episodes in season 2 and 1 in season 4. He played Ethan Suplee's father, Frankie Stechino, that character. And from what I heard, that episode in season 4, they actually did that at a house show. So they filmed the episode, during the house show, and Vader took on Jake the Snake Roberts, as you saw in the episode. So that was one of my favorites. The one that I also like is when Corey and Sean, start drinking, and Sean becomes so addicted to drinking that it becomes a problem. Janitor Dad from season 4 is another one of my favorite episodes, where Sean's father, played by Blake Clark, Chet, works at Corey and Sean's high school, John Adams High, as a janitor, and that kind of makes Sean not want his father to be working there. So I have a lot of favorite episodes. It's my favorite show of all time. So I can't believe it's going to be 30 years this year. I do want to get a chance to listen to the podcast Meets World podcast that they do. Danielle Fishel does it, and then Will Friedle, and also Ryder Strong. They end up doing the podcast together, just talking about the episode and their memories of filming the episode. Behind the scenes stuff, behind the scenes stories. Have you all listened to the podcast Meets World, podcast that they do? Let me know, if it's good. Back to this. Let's see here. NXT stays flat in ratings, sees increase in female viewership. NXT is fucking terrible nowadays. Yeah, I watch NXT every Tuesday night, and it's just background noise for me. I like some of the superstars on there. Like I like, Gallus, which they came from NXT UK. Tiffany Stratton. I'm a fan of Tiffany Stratton. She's the current NXT Women's Champion. Of course, Carmelo Hayes. Yeah. See AEW news. See if there's anything. QT Marshall announced for AAA Triple Mania after attacking Pentagon. Full card revealed for AAA Triple Mania. AEW ratings up in key demo, but down slightly overall opposite NBA Finals. Yeah, that's pretty much for wrestling news there. So, yeah, I'm live for an hour and 32 minutes. Going to close it off here. Close off the stream. This was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Testing out StreamYard here, hanging out with you guys on this lovely Thursday night. If you like me to do more of these, let me know. But thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this live stream. And be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you all tomorrow for Transformers Rise of the Beast movie review, and also SmackDown and the AEW Rampage review. So see you all tomorrow.